they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back with another episode. This week, we got This Week in College. Well, today we got This Week in College Basketball. I know y'all probably thought, man, he ain't going live tonight. It's 11:30. Nah, we going live, baby. Last game ended around like 10 o'clock, so just took a little bit longer for me to make this episode. That's all it is. But we're going to recap some storylines of This Week in College Basketball from February 9th to today, February 15th. And we're going to hop right into it. And we're going to start, man, with my Michigan State Spartans. Only had one game this week, and we got spanked. I can't lie, man. We got absolutely spanked by Wisconsin on the road Friday night. We're going to definitely drop in the rankings this time. Didn't drop this this week here, but starting tomorrow, definitely going to drop. The Big Ten looking like it's a wrap for my Michigan State Spartans in terms of the championship. Now we got the Big Ten tournament. We could possibly win that still. But, man, huge loss against Wisconsin on the road at the coast, and their Nick boy dropped 29 there. Speaking of Wisconsin, 2 top 10 wins this week as they move up in the Big Ten standings. They beat Illinois on the road, also won for the first time ever against Illinois, I think, on the road in overtime. And then they beat us at home. So 2 top 10 wins for the Wisconsin Badgers, building that resume. Well, not necessarily for tournament because they're going to make the tournament, but just a great week for them. Arizona drops back-to-back games this week. They lose to Kansas Monday night on the road. No Darren Peterson, Floyd Badunga. I've been telling y'all all year I love that guy. Huge game against Arizona. Then Saturday, back at home, they lose to Texas Tech. Christian Anderson has 4 fouls. He's out the game early. And JT Toppin and the boys rally. Donovan Atwell, those boys rally, and they beat Arizona in overtime. Arizona went from first place in the Big 12 to second place that fast in the week. Now 23-2. Speaking of the Big 12, Houston now leads the Big 12 after beating Utah. Somebody else, I can't remember who. But now Houston is in first place in the Big 12 with the season right around the corner from being over. Big for Houston. Michigan continues their dominance. They didn't dominate Northwestern. They actually struggled with Northwestern for a lot of the game and then pulled away from Northwestern towards the end of the game. But they straight up dominated UCLA second half yesterday at home, the Chrysler Center. Michigan is now just looking like to be in a stronghold for first place in the Big Ten and to ultimately win the Big Ten championship this year. Sucks to say as a Michigan State fan, but I got to keep it real. Michigan has been dominating, and they will likely be number 1 starting tomorrow. And the country hurts my heart. We move on. Iowa State, they drop a game at TCU on the road, but bounce back to end Kansas's win streak at home at Iowa State. They absolutely dominate the Jayhawks in the second half, blow them out. Darren Peterson, I believe, had his lowest points of the season, only finishing with 10. Shout out to Iowa State for a big win in that game. St. John's continued their win streak this week. Got into a huge brawl, led to 7 ejections or something like that. Then Jameer Jones, I think, got ejected after pushing Zuby Ejiofor late in the ball game. But St. John's wins in spite of big brawl at Providence to remain on top of the Big East. Well, I believe they're on top of the Big East. Belmont Belmont gets a big win, comeback win against Murray State today on the road. Now, with a win against Indiana State next Saturday, they will all but clinch the Missouri Valley Conference. Maybe clinch the Missouri Valley Conference. A win against Indiana State next Saturday will go a long way into clinching the Missouri Valley Conference championship for them. But again, that doesn't matter. They have to win the tournament to make the NCAA tournament. But Belmont is one, maybe 2 wins away from clinching the Missouri Valley. Next, Miami of Ohio, man. The last of the Mohicans, the last undefeated team in the game, in the country. They beat, was it Buffalo? No. I can't remember who they beat. But they won again. Miami of Ohio, man, just remains undefeated. Shout out Coach Travis Steele. Now, one of my old shorts is now becoming a question. People are wondering, will this Miami of Ohio team become an at-large bid? I still think that the committee will find a way not to do it, which is why I think the committee keeps them, or not the committee, but the computers keep them ranked 23rd in spite of not losing games, because one loss, they're going to drop to unranked. I've seen it with South Florida a couple years ago when they had Keyshawn Pryor, Chris Youngblood, Miguel Sell, and all them guys. They went on like a 14, 15-game win streak. Finally got ranked, lost 1 game, unranked immediately. I think that's going to happen to Miami of Ohio, which is going to hurt their chances of becoming an at-large bid. And they don't have a quad 1 win. Definitely going to hurt their chances. But shout out to them to remain undefeated. Got some injury news. Caleb Wilson hurt his hand against Miami, the Hurricanes. He's out indefinitely. I want to say he broke his hand. Definitely out indefinitely. Richie Saunders is out for the year for BYU. He got hurt yesterday in the win against Colorado. So unfortunate news from them. Speaking of BYU, they do have 2 wins now. Beat Baylor in an absolute barn burner, and Colorado in another barn burner. Shout out to you, man. Yes, my eyes are green. They changed colors, and I know you didn't donate $5, bro. Nice troll. I can't even get donations yet. But anyway, we'll move on. Florida continues their dominance. They beat Kentucky in the battle of first place yesterday. It was a pretty nice back and forth. Florida they started to look like they were going to blow Kentucky out. Then Kentucky battled back. Nice little back and forth. Florida runs away with it at Florida. Shout out to them remaining in first place in the SEC. Texas A&M now has lost 4 games straight, man. So was on top of the SEC, now loses 4 games straight in the middle of the pack. Unfortunate for them. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for having green eyes, for sure. Shout out to you. Next, we got Miami. Speaking of Miami University, the Hurricanes. They beat back-to-back North Carolina teams. They beat UNC at home. Like I said, they won wire to wire, and I said that in the previous episode. And then I ain't gonna lie, I picked Miami as underdogs to beat North Carolina State, and I still kind of think North Carolina State got robbed. With True Washington got fouled from 3 down 2 with like 2-3 seconds left. He knocked down all 3 free throws, went up 1, they won the game. I don't know if I call that a foul on Darion Williams. I'm not sure, to be honest, but hey, Miami's gonna take the dub. Can't change it. Miami wins this. Duke, they bounced back from a loss to North Carolina, which is crazy. Duke led that game from wire to wire, and then UNC hits a 3 to win it late game, literally at the end of the game. But they bounced back and beat Pitt on the road, and then they beat Clemson at home. So shout out to Duke bouncing back there. USF now holds a 2-game lead in the American Athletic Conference. They beat Florida Atlantic in a overtime game on the road. To, like I said, now hold a 2-game lead in the American Conference. So shout out to them. Charlotte has dropped tremendously in said conference. Gonzaga sweeps Santa Clara. Now lead the Western. I think it's the Western. Well, the West Coast Conference, the WCC. They now lead the WCC by half a game. Both of Santa Clara's losses in the WCC is to Gonzaga. So shout out Gonzaga for that. Utah Tech now tied with Cal Baptist in the Western Athletic Conference after beating Cal Baptist as underdogs yesterday. So shout out to Utah Tech and Cal Baptist fighting for the number 1 spot in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference tournament. Hawaii and UC Irvine now tied atop the Big West. Both teams split games in the regular season. Hawaii lost to CSUN Northridge, while Cal State Northridge, while UC Irvine defeated Cal State Fullerton to now call the tie atop the Big West. And Houston, I already said Houston leads the Big 12. So those are all your storylines I have for y'all this week. Now, next week is going to get really interesting. I think this and next week are like some teams' last 2 weeks before conference tournament time. So it's getting crunchy, folks. It's getting crunchy for championships and then conference tournament time. So stay tuned in every Sunday for this week in college basketball. I know tomorrow the slate is gonna be real small. I know tomorrow's only one game I want to talk about, so I got to look towards Tuesday slate to see if I add more games on top of that, or you just might get a short about the game tomorrow with Houston and Iowa State. But anyway, got to do some house cleaning. So thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Helps the channel, helps the network. Speaking of the network, we have multiple shows. We have the main show every Monday and Thursday between 7 to 8:30ish. That's featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. They have pivoted to the NBA. Pretty sure they're going to talk about the All-Star Weekend tomorrow. We have Unfazed. Catch them when you can. Featuring Joe and AJ. They're also going to pivot to the NBA. We have BWT, Baseball with Teddy. He had an episode premiere, I believe, yesterday. Excuse me. So make sure y'all tune into that. We have FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. Make sure you tune into that. Fantasy football season is obviously over with the NFL season being over, so just stay tuned for whatever content he has for you guys there. We have Dave's Doghouse, highlights and lowlights for sports. Hey, man, JB, in the Doghouse, if you ask me. But make sure you tune into that. We have RBO Rollballers Only featuring Vaughn. That's your NBA show. Catch him when you can. We have Empty Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. They go live on Sundays, not every Sunday, but when they do go live, it is on Sundays around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So make sure you check them out for all your boxing needs, boxing episodes, boxing shows, things like that, big matches, stuff like that. They'll bring it to you. And that's all the shows we have. Oh, and we have Zero Sports with Griffey. You got to catch that when you can, because I don't know a set schedule or anything for that. Like I said, it's a new show, so forgive me. I don't know much about it, but that's all the shows we have on the network. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to those shows as well. And if you like what you're listening to, stick with us. But that's all I got for y'all today. I will more than likely see y'all tomorrow to talk about games for Monday and Tuesday. But I'm gone. Peace.